Hi guys, this is the chess openings, and today we'll talk about preparation to a game and new novelties. Now there's a guy which I'm gonna play next Saturday. He's rated 275, I think. Not 275. What am I saying? 2075. And I'm currently rated like 63, which is good for me, I think. And I'm prepared against this guy. I will play the King's Indian against this guy, but this is preparation. The main psychological advantage that I have is that he does not know what I'm playing, so he cannot prepare against me. I can prepare against him because I know what he's gonna play in certain variation, which is now criticized by the theory. Obviously, now against d4 I'm playing e6, let's say new variation. After c4, d5, not e6, I played d5 now. Okay, I played d5 now, but let's say this was played. Then knight c3, then I play the Tarrasch defense, which I think is obviously correct. I played the Tarrasch defense against player who does not know me, and I don't know them, so I cannot prepare against them in certain variation, which is now criticized by the theory, as I said. Against this guy, I'm gonna play the King's Indian. Whoops. King's Indian start as this. 6. And here, I know this guy, he's gonna play f4. He had tremendous result against players who didn't know there's variation, but against me, he's not gonna. Castle, knight f3, of course. Then c5, counter-attacking in the center with some good prospect. And here there's the slight weakness in my preparation, because this guy is the type of player that plays positionally and aggressively. So I don't know whether he's gonna play d5 or d takes c5. D takes c5, should point it out, is an aggressive variation, and d5 is more positional variation. So let's cover both. If you're a King's Indian player, or if you just want to surprise your opponent, I think this is a good method. If he's playing the 4 pawns attack against the king, the 4 pawns attack against the King's Indian, which the King's Indian now, I think it's fairly great, and it should not be criticized by the theory now. e6, the bishop e2, e takes d, and now there's two variations. c takes d is made by the positional approach, giving the bishop pair for the strong control on e5 and the counterplay on the queen side. Now you see the black's plan is to play queen a5, a6, then b5, and you simply have a better position because you have a pawn extra. The only bad thing to do is to not see the center moving, and then the center moves right in front of you and your light blow up. So yeah, if you manage to do this, great, it's great. So if he takes with the e pawn, now there's an interesting rook sacrifice. which was introduced by Roman Zinzishashvili. After rook e8, knight h4, then there's knight takes d, and it's simply better for black. Here if he takes with the bishop, then there's this continuation. The next move is queen f6. Even if white has the bishop pair, it is not sufficient compensation for the pawn loss. His bishop on c1 is completely blocked by every of his pawns. My bishop on g7 is so active that it's hard for him to play in this position. Strong advantage for black. So the main move here is to take the knight on d7. Now you should take then the rucksack comes here. Rucksack. Here I think you should play knight c6. After rook a8, after he takes the rook on a8, you should play the strong idea bishop d4 check, king h1, bishop f2. It's winning in every variations. So let's say he takes the e8 rook. Then there will be bishop d4 check, king h1, then you take here. And as you see, white is a pawn up in material, but he's totally paralyzed. He cannot move every single of his pieces or pawns. Let's see, please, g3. We have queen h3. And here there's this strong threat that cannot be met so easily. Knight b4 to c2. This is an important threat, so let's say he plays a3. Well, I think we simply have the winning combination. Rook takes here and it's made in 2. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, let's go back. If instead your opponent plays d5, no, we just cover it, no? If he takes the c pawn there, there's the starting position of a queen sacrifice. Interesting too. Bishop d3. The threat obviously is to take the e pawn, so bishop e3 is not possible, of course, because of knight takes c. And these variations are not forced, but queen e2 is perfectly standard. Bishop e3, queen a5. Then now there's the starting of the forced move. Knight g4, attacking the bishop. He is obligated to go back on d2 to protect the knight. Queen b6 check, king h1 forced. Then you win a pawn, simply winning a pawn. But this variation has been criticized in the recent theory as losing the queen. Yes, you're losing the queen, but you have completely winning position. Of course, rook fb1 is simply losing. Queen a3. Knight has to move. Then here there's a tactical shot. I will let you 5 seconds to think about it. By now. Simply take the bishop. Then when the queen recapture, play knight f2 check. Gaining the back queen. So rook fb1 is not good. Rook ab1 is the loss of the queen. Queen a3 is forced. Knight b5, queen takes here. You've won 2 pawns. e4, excellent move, trapping the queen. Rook a1, sacrifice the queen. e4. You see the bishop is attacking the rook and the pawn is attacking 2 pieces, so obviously you're gonna lose something. The only real move to consider here is rook f1 or rook a3, because the threat, if it was black's move, was to take the bishop, then the queen cannot recapture because of knight f2 check. So let's cover rook f1 first. E takes d3, then queen takes d3. Let's assess this position. Black has a rook, 2 pawns, and a bishop for the queen. The bishop on g7 is excellent, and now you're gonna play bishop f5. Even the worst engine recommends highly this variation for black. Let's go to rook a3 move. E takes d3, rook takes d3, bishop f5, rook a3. Then this position is simply better, as we already discussed. I mean, rook fd8. And so yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If your opponent plays the 4 pawns attack, I think that these analysis should prove significant in your games. And let's say in random position like here, if he plays queen c2, let's say, new variation, then you can simply play normally. I mean, if he does not play the best move, you should not play really offense. And there's another variation that I've not pointed out. Here, if he wants to stop cast knight g4 and plays this, you could simply play knight h5, and this is a better position for black, attacking the knight and threatening knight g3. So thank you for watching, and good luck with the King's Indian variation in the 4 pawns attack. Bye.